Okay, so here we have the final output. Like this is how it's gonna end up looking like. Okay, I'll show you again. And yes, we're still gonna be using layers and blend modes. Like literally, those are your best friends in this like whole style. And honestly, it's kind of fun naman. So just chill, you'll enjoy it. Maybe. Okay, I'll remove all the textures just so that you can see how it evolved. Okay, here. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, I forgot to mention something super important. When you do your base background and when you apply these boxes, add the grain already. The grain, wow, beautiful. Like, I love grain so much, and that's what gives it that rough feel. Don't forget to add that also, because like when you're layering out your text, it's important to also add grain to like the text and the shapes, because you will get this little effect and it will kind of give more life to it in a way. If you can see. But when you add more grain on grain on grain on top of each other, it kind of intensifies. I don't know if you notice it, but like there's a little bit more intense contrast when you add grain on top of grain. Okay. Anyways, don't forget to add grain when you're doing your base. Now let's go to the textures, like the near the end part. Yes, we are here. And we're gonna add more of those like light leak effects. I'll show you. There, if you see, it's kind of like there's some overexposed areas. There's some parts where there's some yellow, and then some parts like it looks like it's burnt, and then we can see also a little texture paper, and just more grain, because grain is your best friend. Okay, here, this is the exported PNG from Illustrator. And okay, what's handy if you have a pen, like a Wacom pad or whatever, because you can control the brush. We'll be using a brush. So, okay, disclaimer, like for this one, I use some fabric brushes, but I'll be using like the general brush that Photoshop has for everyone. And basically, it's just literally the general brush. Where is that? Yeah, general soft brush, and then I set it to dissolve, and you kind of just start drawing. See, if you can see, usually a soft brush, like, oh wait, I'll set it to normal so you guys can see the difference. The soft brush usually is like this. It's like an airbrush, and you can kind of see how it's like a gradient, like yun. You see like it from the center outwards, it fades. But when you also apply the effect, which is the mode, dissolve, like here, you can see how it becomes like speckles. And that's like the added, like just another way of adding more texture, and also, yeah, just like more contrast. Anyways, here. So you don't need a Wacom pad, by the way, but it is super helpful to help control the opacity. But you can do it manually also by controlling it here, the side modes. Okay, it's set on color dodge. You can already set like the setting you want. And that's why it's important to like kind of get the idea of what these, like what they're grouped into. Because yun na nga, color dodge is for like a lighter effect. Like, did you see that? And with the right color, you can give it more light. So this is like kind of actually the fun part, because you can just go around and like just play around with it. There's like no limit to where you want to place it. It's really up to you. I guess that's the whole fun part about how it's so grungy, is because really there's no specific place for it. It's what you think of beauty. Beauty is subjective, I think. And then we have this layer, which is just a normal layer. So sometimes you don't need color burn or color dot. Sometimes you just need them to be themselves. Okay, the reason why I want them to be themselves is because, like, let's say I just want to add like one of these colors from the palette. Let's say I want to add more red. And you know, if we apply the blend mode, it's gonna change. It's gonna be like what, brighter or darker? But no, we just want more red in the picture. So just remember the soft, brush, soft, and then you can add. Oh my god, that's a lot. But anyways, like there you can add more red, and it's just fun. Like just the small details. It's really just playing around, just adding those brush strokes. Here, we're gonna see the vignette. You can apply color burn, and it will give it'll give more depth, but it's so strong. So what do? We change the opacity and just like do until like whatever pleases you. I'm not making the rules here. Anyway, then here, like this yellow, intense yellow. So what can we do? We can add color dodge. It's still ugly, so let's just remove it. But yeah, okay, so that's it. Like legit, just play around with the brush strokes and kind of just choose where you want to place it. But the final touch, yeah, is this one, your overlay of a paper texture. Those textures free for commercial use. So I got one of those. Like choose any, whatever you want. It's really up to you, as I've said. So here, I got this overlay, and yeah, what I use is overlay, and okay, I had to adjust it a bit. Like if I just overlaid it, it was so dark. Like we don't want that. So what are we gonna do? We add smart filters, and smart filters, that's basically just me adjusting the image. So image, adjustments, and then curves. Because this is where you kind of control like the dark and the light, like the highlight part of like the overlay. So this is like another fun part. Like it looks so different with just a simple adjustment. So it's up to you how you want it. Like, oh damn, that's a lot. But yeah, see, like please just play around with your overlay, play around with your paper texture. Because that's what matters. Just have fun. Okay. So yeah, there, that's it. And the final touch, I don't know any shortcut to it, but literally all I do is group everything, all those layers that we went through with, like all the brushes, blah, blah, blah. I export it and I add another layer of grain. So how you do this is you filter, and then you add noise, and then you grain. So yeah, that's what I use. And that's how you get the final look. Just have fun with it first, because like there's really like no composition. Like I didn't even think of this as the composition. I really just like slapped it, and I was like, oh cool. And then added whatever. I was really just playing around and then I got this. That's it. So don't be afraid to try new things.